Okay, Amanda Braun, and I will be the chair of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Committee for the 25-26 season.
Awesome. How did you first get involved with the NCAA Women's Basketball Committee?
Wow. Well, several years ago, in a conversation, I think it was with Lynn Holtzman, the vice president for women's basketball, we talked about how I could be more engaged, and she suggested that might be something I would consider. And then when the opportunity came through the Horizon League, the nomination went through, and fortunately they selected me.
Very simple terms, I know and you know, but what does the committee do? What are they responsible for?
Yeah, a lot more than I thought. I will tell you that. I thought it was selecting, seeding, and bracketing the field, and then being involved in the championship. There is a whole lot more to it. We support the NCAA Division I women's basketball staff around the championships operations. So from site selections to the marketing, branding elements, ticket prices, officiating. Did not know I'd be involved. I was chair of officiating committee for last year, 2 years ago, and it's a whole lot. In my view, that's all very important. The most important thing is our conference monitoring throughout the year, and then selecting, seeding, and bracketing, and doing that well.
Why did you want to be on the committee?
Well, I'm a lifelong basketball hooper, I guess. I, from a young age, played basketball, and I was a gym rat growing up. Always basketball under my arm, so that translated then into high school and college playing. And then really every institution, every university I've worked with has been very basketball focused, one of their highest profile, if not the highest profile sport. And so through that experience, I think prepared me to be a part of this committee, and it's been a thrill, you know, with that kind of background. Yeah, I think if you'd told the 20-year-old version of myself that I'd be doing this, I would probably question whether that was real.
Very cool. How did you go from kind of just being on the committee to advancing to being the chair for this year?
Yeah, I mean, really that many years, right? Four years now, in my fifth and final. And so I think having that experience is helpful. Not everyone serves a full 5-year term. So I think that was part of it. And I wasn't sure I wanted to do it, but I knew within the evolution of women's basketball right now and the opportunities we have to be in a leadership role would be pretty cool. And honestly, it's a facilitation of discussion is what it is. It's not like I make any decisions myself. It's leading a group, which I enjoy doing.
For sure. You just touched on it a little bit. How does the role of the chair differ from just kind of everyone else who's part of the committee?
Yeah, a bit of that. More interaction with the NCAA staff, preparation for meetings, conversations with the men's committee, their chair, that occurs. And then I'm probably just a little bit higher level, 10,000-foot view on throughout the season, where others are focused on certain conferences. I'm kind of working through the season with a bigger picture perspective.
Can you talk to us more about kind of the time commitment and the responsibilities? You mentioned like the conference monitoring program, just kind of what the committee has to do the regular season and then how that evolves into championship time.
Yeah, well, we're revving up here. We have meetings in Phoenix at the end of this month, and so we'll get to go see the site and get tours, and then we'll get down to business. We're going to do a little bit of orientation with the new members, which I think is important. This is something I wanted to do as the chair, to be sure they really understand what conference monitoring is. What are the conversations you have with conferences that you work with? How do you watch games? How do you monitor? And this year, we're adding not just the net, but the wins above bubble metric. And those metrics are really important. They do tell a story in addition to us watching games and talking about teams with conferences. So that's sort of how it evolves through the year. And then as we get further into the year, we begin to have more meetings. You know, we've got the 2 top 16 reveals that occur in February, and then the selection week happens in March.
Very cool. What is the travel schedule like for you, kind of as the chair, and especially kind of as we move into the month of March? Like, where are you kind of at during all those times?
Yeah, throughout the year we travel a little, but not for games. That really is all done. We watch them on the various platforms, which is great, very efficient. So we will convene in Indianapolis for 5 or 6 days for the selection, seeding, bracketing process, and then that culminates in Selection Sunday, which is really, really cool. So we're all there, sort of, batten down the hatches, and we're together that whole week. A real exercise in leadership as a chair to keep people through that whole week talking and sharing. And then from there everyone separates out to first, second round sites, and then on to the regional, and we might get a day or two at home. I think last year it was like 32 days. In a 32-day period, I may have slept at my bed 5 days or something like that at most, which is typical. And then from the regionals, we go to the Final Four site. And our time on the road is really, our work is kind of done. At that point, we're liaisoning with the teams and just attending practices and running meetings and getting face-to-face with people, which is really a lot of fun.
Yeah. What's maybe one aspect of the committee's work that you want to make sure the general public understands about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I would think there's not a great understanding of what goes into it, the amount of time. We're not just looking at data, we're not just watching games and giving our opinion. It's a whole host of things that go into this over a period of several months, and that is pretty involved. Everybody kind of keeps their own records in the way they watch games and report out. So that's probably something people don't realize. When we get into the room, it's a very iterative process, and you go through all the teams and take vote after vote after vote after vote to kind of winnow down the field and to what is now the 68 teams. So that is quite a process. It can be very exhausting. A lot of people don't realize so many days and hours go into it.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to throw one more question at you. What does it mean to be able to represent the Horizon League with such kind of a prominent role, particularly with women's basketball, which is so important to the HL?
Yeah, it's an honor, really. And Julie, our commissioner, Julie Rowlash, and I have talked about this. She was on the WBOC, and so we served together because I was the vice chair. It's an honor, and at this particular time, especially with the hub of our league being in Indy, and basketball's gotten so big there with the Fever. So it's cool. It's cool to have that voice. I think for Milwaukee, also for University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, representing our university on the national stage is really a lot of fun. It's an honor, and I'm grateful.